We talk about direct, indirect, and point joint variation. We say that the variable y varies directly as x if y is proportional to x, which is to say y equals some constant times x. So if you double x, you double y. This constant k is called the constant of proportionality. Y varies inversely as x means that when you double x, you halve y. Y equals a constant divided by x. Again, constant k is the constant of proportionality. The equation y equals kx is a straight line to the origin with slope k. The equation y equals k divided by x is this parabola. There we have that. Now, we could write this, by the way, as xy equals k. Now, a joint variation is when you have both multiplication and division. So, for example, if y varies directly as x and inversely as z, then y equals some constant k times x divided by z. X in the numerator because it varies directly, z in the denominator because it varies inversely. Or you have something maybe more complicated. Y varies directly as the cube of x and inversely as a square of cube of z and inversely as a square of x. So y equals a constant k times z cubed, because cube of z, divided by x squared, square of x. So for example, if m varies directly as x and inversely as y, and x equals 2 and y equals 6 means that m equals 5, then x equals 8 and y equals 3 means m equals what? So okay, we put together some data, and from that data we'll derive m. If m varies directly as x and inversely as y, then m equals some constant k times x divided by y. And now the trick is now we need to find k. Well, if you can solve by k by dividing both sides by multiplying both sides by y and dividing both sides by x. So k equals my divided by x. Then we put in x equals 2 in the denominator here, y equals 6 in the numerator here, m equals 5 in the numerator here. So k equals 5 times 6 over 2, then that's 15. So m equals 15 x over y. Good. So we have a formula. And then given a formula, we just plug in the numbers x equals 3 and 8 and y equals 3. So then we get m equals 15 times 8 over 3, bit of arithmetic, m equals 40. Here we have C is jointly proportional to L, W, and H. When L, W, and H are all equal to 2, then C equals 128. If L, W, and H are 3, then what is C? All right, here. C is jointly proportional to L, W, and H. So C equals constant K times L times W times H. So to complete the formula, we need to find K. So we do divide both sides by LWH. So K equals C times LWH. And you plug in 128 for C and 2 for L, W, and H. As we do here, we get K equals 16. So C equals 16 LWH. Then. Okay, for here, it's simple enough. We plug in 3 in for LW and H. So C equals 16 times 3 times 3 times 3, 432. And here we have a proportions problem. Very pragmatic, daily, day-to-day kind of problem. 5 avocados cost how much if 3 avocados cost 198? Now, this isn't quite right in as much as it's obviously not taking into account taxes, for example, and there may be fixed costs that the store is charging. But assuming proportionality, then we can solve it basically by rhetorical algebra, because proportionality means that these proportions are equal. The cost per avocado. So the total cost is for 5 avocados is the same as 198 for 3 avocados. So transpose the avocados, the cost equals 198 times 5 over 3. This is a case of what I've previously called rhetorical algebra. And so, all right, I just do the arithmetic. Cost is $3.30. Here we have something about the force of gravity on an object varies directly as its mass. The force on 5 kilograms is 49 newtons. What is the force on 12 kilograms? Well, okay. The force equals a constant G times M. So, okay, because it's a direct variation. So solving for the constant G, it's F over M. All right, 49 newtons divided by 5 kilograms makes 49/5 newtons per kilogram. Now, so F equals 49/5 newtons per kilogram times mass. If mass is 12 kilograms, then plugging in the numbers, we get F is 49/5 newtons per kilogram times 12 kilograms, churn. F is 117.6 newtons. Here we have a proportion problem about resistance of a wire. It's directly proportional to the wire's length. So twice as long a wire means twice the resistance. That's inversely proportional to the square of the wire's diameter. So twice as wide a wire means 1/4 the resistance. The resistance is 11.2 ohms in an 80-foot long wire with diameter 0.01 inches. Then what is the resistance of a 160-foot long wire with a diameter of 0.04 inches? All right, now, resistance is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to the square of the wire's diameter. So resistance R equals constant K times length L divided by diameter squared. All right, then to find K, we transpose the D squared and the L. So K equals RD squared over L. Plug in the numbers given here, 11.2 ohms, 80 feet, 0.01 inches, and you get 0.14 times 10 to the negative fifth. The units would be something, I guess, ohms per foot inch or something, never mind. So plugging in the numbers, K is 1.4 times 10 to the negative fifth here. Now 150 feet, 160 feet long here. Diameter D, 0.04, square that here. And churn, 1.4 ohms. Okay, it's good.